The Fife History Museum celebrates the original keyboard. It's almost like a dance.
And there's something about mechanical objects. Being able to see linkages connect and to see the cause and effect of mechanical parts.
Some primal instinct for basic metal. I mean, what would you rather ride, a Ninja Cafe motorcycle or a 1925 Harley Davidson?
The first typewriter of the late 1700s looked like a pincushion. It wasn't very user-friendly or successful. But over the next couple of centuries, hundreds of companies designed and marketed viable typewriting devices.
The Blickensderfer is my favorite because it was before QWERTY and it's so bare bones. And it has an unusual way of laying the type on the paper that didn't catch on until 70 years later with the IBM Selectric.
As you're typing, you can't see any keys striking the platen. It's because you're coming up from underneath. And this is known as a blind typewriter or non-visible.
Some are tiny and some are shiny. Some are big and some even fold into a portable rig. And like technology today, getting to the top,
they were brutal. It was who could invent the better mousetrap.
Remington was a powerhouse in the typewriter industry. And then, and here's Mr. Underwood. You know, Mr. Underwood supplied ribbons to Remington until they decided not to buy from him anymore, at which time he created his own typewriter company and took over the market.
So they came out with the Front Strike and the Underwood One, which turned out to be the quintessential typewriter even today.
These machines were $1,000, you know, in their money. This was the iPhone, you know, this was the desktop computer.
And the machines often reflected their times. The slick, shiny, sloping lines of the 1970s Smith Corona Super G was created by the Ghia sports car designers.
AM streaming, 1972. If they'd made them FM, they may have been a hit, you know?
And there are some specialty typewriters that are now a mystery.
It's a Greek 10 key, and it was made by Smith Corona. Right now, no one at the Smith Corona company knows what this Greek 10 key was made for.
Millennials grew up with plastic, and they're going gaga over these machines. It's a time warp, you know? You're going back in time, and it's pretty cool. Who used this machine before me? What did they type on it? Is that person still alive?
Because you can't go back and correct it, you have time to think before you hit every key.
You're taking the time to put in a piece of paper. You're taking the time to put your thoughts down ahead of time as you're writing. If you make mistakes, you cross it out, put in a new piece of paper, and concentrate. You're putting it in an envelope in a letter and sending it. No one's going to throw away a letter that's sent to them typewritten. Emails, they put it in the trash. 9 times out of 10, they don't even print them.
So go ahead, begin your dance across the keys. Perhaps you too will make a little history.
You're using your hands and your brain. You're really one with the machine.